if anyone appears, they will be able to speak to me. Not that anyone is going to do it ever since I rebranded myself. Hello? Hello, hello. 1 second, I'm gonna get my plate. Boop. How are you doing? Ooh. If you type into chat, I might be able to see it. And if I don't, that is probably a problem. Hello, hello. I'm going to be building something based on Peter Parker's apartment, which is like whenever Infinity War came out, old set. So, yeah. Hello, hello. Howdy. Hello, all. Yes, yes. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully nice, I would hope. Consider me a person with empathy in that case. Hot take. Good days are good. You like my hat? It's a bucket hat that I got from my job. I was about to show you the area that says the name of where I work, like an idiot. I love doxing myself on the internet. It's so cool that I do that sometimes. Ooh, just got off of work? I hope that you're happy to be off of work and therefore you are happy. Cause work doesn't sound the best. I'm gonna be honest. Do you want to see what I'm building? Because I mean it's kinda cringe at the current moment. But I mean otherwise you're just gonna be looking at my face as I stare up and down at, you know, phone camera. Hello. You bought okay, well, ice cream, hard to go wrong. Hard to go wrong. I don't know. It's weird streaming again, because this is my first time streaming since Wrath died, so I don't know how this is gonna go. This is definitely gonna be an experience. I mean, I would presume that given that every subscriber that I've ever had is probably a fan of that channel before this one, y'all would want to talk about that, but I mean, I'm chill to not do that if y'all are chill to not do that, if you catch my drift. So, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm making what we in the Lego industry call a Mills plate. This thing is designed to distribute the weight of buildings so they don't die, more or less, under pressure. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool tip that, you know, you normies might not know. Yeah. A sec. See? Bada bing. Bada boom. There you go. I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's that I feel like if I talk about it, it's gonna open up like a big old can of worms. But I mean, like, the long and short of it is I got depressed and stuff that was happening in the community like reminded me of the reasons why I was depressed, and obviously that's not like the best headspace to work with. And then on top of that, my editing software started to crap out like a lot, like consistently, to the point where it just like really stopped being fun to like be here. Like every time I would go into the Discord, some other random happening would have gone on, and it was like, oh, you know, I've been like dying in real life, and then I go into the virtual space that, you know, I usually use as an escape, and then, or just like as a source of like fun or interest or whatever, and then stressful happening. So I mean, yeah, I don't think that, especially with like the daily uploads, continuing Wrath and being okay now are like possible coexistent things. I mean, like if I started it up again, I'd probably be fine. But I don't know. From there, no. So sucks, I guess. Do. Hello, live chat not working? Yeah, it was. I was going to release a video this week that was like the short film that I made last semester, and that is low-key based on some of the reasons I was stressing out IRL. But I mean, it got redrafted so much that it's like pretty much entirely fictionalized. It'd give you like the vibes. It wouldn't give you the info, if that makes sense. Kind of like, yeah. I am in a better space now. Thank you. Oh, are you leaving? Oh, sorry. Good night. So yeah, this is what yeah, so far. Ugh! I'm really like, I'm trying to bend this. I'm pushing. Bam. That's a sturdy boy. And to compare it, here's the exact same plate. Bam. Less pressure. It does this. Trying with all my weight. Look. That took so much effort. Like, I'm not sure. Like, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It's really sturdy. Bendy. Of course. So, what we have here, I'm gonna turn you. Here you go. Oh no, you can't see very well. Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess you're looking at my face for the rest of the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little bit. Thank you, but no, they are not nice nails. They are not done. Oh, hey, Z. I miss you. Oh my. But yeah, here is a little New York style building. There you go. Yeah. My face is pretty slay. Thank you for saying that my face is pretty slay. My partner says that all the time, and I don't believe him. But random people on the internet saying it, I might have to. Thank you, random person on the internet. I only say that because, like, the internet is mean. So if somebody on the internet compliments you, that's more. It's worth more. Okay. There's something else. Ooh. How many of you like shrimp? Just tally. Out of all 10 of you. Shrimp. This is my Shim Shack. It's a diner. Here we go. Looks kind of pretty. Ta-da! However, comma, as you can probably see, the proportions on this are pretty wonky. They're pretty cringe. So what I'm going to do is called breaking it. I'm so sorry, everyone who just complimented this. It does look kind of cool, especially from this little low up angle. It's very Disney proportions. It is very Disney proportions. And by virtue of it being kind of wonky, you can see me take it apart. Oh man, this little bit looks so good though. This area, cannon, core. I'm so sorry. I've been infected with all my college friends' what's it called? Slang. So if I sound clinically insane, that's probably why. It has been demolished. I'm just sorting my pieces. It's easier to work with them in future that way. Also, do you have any TMNT fans? Teenage of the Mutant, Ninja Turtles. Do you like teenagers? Do you like mutants? I would hope that you're not an adult if you answer yes to do like teenagers, because that would be weird. That would be very weird. That'd be mighty sus. Because I have this guy. I don't remember his name. He is from the 2013 show, I think, or 2012 show. I don't remember. The early 20-teen show. And he has marker all over him. It is abysmal. I only like the Teenage Ninja Turtles that are actually adults. Yeah, okay. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, I can do it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was good. That was great. Thank you for that. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should have structured this like a Q&A or something, so I had more things to talk about, because I mostly just stream to vibe, to give you the vibe-aliciousness that it is. About to dox myself again, saying my name. They're like, actually, yeah, they are actually adults in some of the series, because, you know, they go on for quite a while. I mean, I'm sure in turtle years, teenage is like basically elderly. So, F and chat the castle tower. F and chat. Ugh. There you go. Wow. Got some more dynamic views here. I'm sorry that my hands go completely out of frame to sort it though. That's definitely an L. As you probably can't see because of my ladder, there are a whole bunch of black pieces just filling in the backs of the windows, which, I mean, if you ever want to become a Lego engineer, really cool. Really cool cheat fact right there. Saves you on needing to build interiors. Well, anyway, back to like not saying anything because I have nothing to respond to. I'm running out of things to say. I don't know. I kind of like the company of people who tune into my streams. They're always really nice. And usually we create lots of cool memes, but I'd understand if the whole meme thing is like not a dealio. Is the audio weird? Like a lot of people are leaving. I also can't see text anymore. Ugh. 1 second. Whew. There you go. Okay, there we go. Boop. No, y'all are just like not talking. Hello. Questionable. I don't know, but I didn't know they lived for so long. Them's like human years. That's like that's a long ass time. Yeah, I don't. Can I just like? You're doing laundry right now. Thank you. I'm glad that I have your undivided attention. It's really given me an ego boost. I feel like I could continuously explain why I died, but I feel like everyone who is still here heard me when I first said it, so don't see the point in doing that. I mean, if anyone wants to hear a rerun of why I died, that would be... You didn't? Oh, okay. Well, I'll do Spark Notes over and 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 over again. So, basically, your homie was, as we say in the industry, depressed, and stuff that was going on in the community. I guess I can say like especially the Discord, because I mean like low-key, yeah. Were reminding me of why that was, and it was not the best environment to be like, okay, I have a stressful situation IRL, let me go into like the exact same type of stress on the internet. And that was coupled with my editing software, thank you, peace, kind of like just absolutely crapping out all the time because I switched phones. And like lost my cord and didn't like being inside of my room a lot. So it was like, lots of bad thing at once. And bad things that like compounded onto one another, more or less. So you can't even see my little tan brick stack. What even is this? I'm the worst YouTuber in the world. According to the YouTube algorithm, that might be true. I remember when I posted, oh no, I'm great now. Oh god. Lots of toxic relationships have been ended. I'm pretty baller at the moment. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was going to try to make a TikTok video, and I was really, because I just been on TikTok, and I saved like 400 videos from TikTok, and I was like, oh god. I definitely still have the I am a content creator mindset whenever I open up that app. And so I was like, oh yeah, that'd be a nice thing to do for the homies that like the TikToks that I like. Just post them whenever I feel like it. However, it was decided by the gods that, yeah, I guess I'm just not doing that anymore, because it corrupted not one, not two, but all like 473 of the TikToks that I saved. And bro, I'm so fine. No, it's nothing. That hurt my feelings so bad. Oh, that hurt my feelings so bad. That was psychic damage. That right there, I'm gonna need like a couple weeks to recover from that. But I mean, I have videos planned for this, which is pretty much only that was a hate crime. Yeah, that was a hate crime. Dead ass. But yeah, I have a couple videos that are planned. One about like how it just doesn't feel fun to be a part of the Star Wars fandom anymore because people are just like so racist. It's like not even, you can't even make fun of it level of racist where it's like, oh, haha, they're mean for no reason. It's more of just like, oh, okay, well, there's a black person inside of the show, and so I just know that, you know, this character is the latest of evil Kathleen Kennedy's ways to ruin the or oh my god, this kid actor fumbled up like a line. I know she is about to be harassed. And or, you know, like a ton of other stuff. And I mean, you would think that given that most Star Wars fans nowadays either grew up during the prequel era or just like or were alive for the prequel era, and therefore they would have the experience of people like shitting on things and, you know, harassing people. Or I mean, like literally Last Jedi was what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? That's a long time. I thought that was a lot shorter of a time, to be completely honest. Actually, holy crap, that was a while ago. But you know, like with Rose and her actor or actress, I guess, getting like harassed off of Twitter or whatever. And you know, like there was an article, and the article was like talking about how Moses Ingram got trained because LucasArts, Lucasfilm, whatever is the guys who do that, like noticed that all POC actors would get like harassed, and so they have like a training. So like, hey, if this happens, and it probably will, you know, blah blah blah. And that article was the one that spawned the vitriol, and I was just like, if that doesn't like perfectly encapsulize, if that doesn't just like really seal it, I don't know what will. I don't know what could. It's so on the nose. How dare lesbians exist beyond male fetish? This is so true. I know this is on me for using Reddit, but I posted like buy clone troopers, and by clone troopers I mean a pink clone trooper, a purple clone trooper, and a 501st clone trooper on a picture, and say, hey, look, they're pride colors. And I got downvoted like 4 dozen. Oh, like 4 dozen down votes worth of like score. I think one of the subs has like a thing where you can't see if you're below 0, but I checked it and I was. So that's very core. It's very gender. So, you know, I love Star Wars fandom. It's so cool. Yeah, that really hurt my feelings, because I was like, hey guys, I just saw some cool colors. Oh, it's so cool. It's just some colors. Ooh. Isn't it like that one flag? That's so fun. What are we building? We are going to be rebuilding. You can't see this. This little shrimp shack is going to be thrown into Peter Parker's little recolored apartment here. So yeah. And then I think we're gonna build another one of Peter Parker's apartment, because I don't have the pieces to recreate the Doctor Strange set. So we're just gonna do the Peter Parker half of that. Also, Peter Parker is not canon to my Spider-Man universe, because I feel like it would be very, very weird to have the Japanese version of Spider-Man running around and Peter also be there. I don't know. That just feels weird. It's like, oh, Stardew has been kicking my ass. I have been trying to get below level 40 in the mines for like
5 days in game. I'm like I'm wasting like all of summer on that. Hello, Haven. It's honestly embarrassing the amount of times that I've been in there and just like not being able to get past the dark levels. It's like it's racism, it's homophobia, it's transphobia, it's non-bophobia, handphobia, blah 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 blah. Oh my god, basically Paradox. Ah! I missed it so much. Oh my god. But we're building this little Peter Parker apartment thing into a shrimp shack. However, comma, in order to pieces, I'm demolishing this. Also, you can tell that I haven't streamed in a while because of that squeal. Oh my god, I miss all y'all. You're so cool. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. It was either Stardew or Star Wars. Star Doors. Star Doors. I'm so funny. I'm so hilarious and funny like that. Oh, you genuinely jump? Oh, dang. That's crazy. I'm glad that I was missed. It makes me feel better about the fact that I was gone. Not gender role conforming? No, exactly. Are you telling me? I just want to know how they reacted to Our Flag Means Death. I just want them to like look up, were there gay pirates? Were there non-binary pirates? Were there black pirates? And the answer just being yes, and they're just like, like, bro, that's canon. That's more canon than pirates. That's more canon than Treasure Planet. No historical drama. No historical drama, Treasure Planet. It is indeed Pride Month. And for the record, I think I phrased that in a way that was a meme. I'm not homophobia. I am a gay, and not in like a Blair White way. Happy Pride. I should repost that. If it weren't for the fact that I apparently made like a Lego, like the r/Lego subreddit mod like really angry, I would repost that By Troopers one. Be who you are for your pride. So great for that. I don't know if I'm trans or cis, being intersex and indie. Depends on which type of envy and which type of intersex. Because if you're like both intersex and you're both non-binary, then yeah. But like if you're like both intersex and like a demigender, probably not. Or like gender fluid, probably not. I don't know. That's a very interesting philosophy. Hold up, wait a second. Everyone mock me right now. Philosophy? Ugh. I have seen the new coaster, and I'm really glad that I don't have an amusement park, so I have no reason to want to get it. It's also so big. It's 3 feet tall, and 3 feet is a child high. So, yeah. You got Olaf's sister in the house. I'm very sorry. It has been 6 months. I don't exactly remember everyone's like names. Wow. Amusement parks are really good. Paradox, you should probably look at the Friends sets. Friends sets are really cool. For one, like literally just amusement park attractions because they have a lot of those, and two, because their buildings is so vibrant, so cool. What we're doing is we are turning this building right here, you can barely see this, into a Shim Shack with apartment buildings on it. Ooh. Do you guys want like several months worth of content just spoken in like the most unorganized way possible? Because I did in a quite insane amount of world building for the Lego layout that I want to do. I planned out the environment, the resource distribution, the population density, like demographics and why those demographics exist. I fit it into my greater sci-fi lore, and therefore based things like its city design on the local policies of its like, bro, it's dumb, the level of depth that I went into it. So actually, let's see. Would you prefer me to ramble? My world isn't communist, but it definitely is socialist. I just don't use that word because it's probably gonna have a wide release, and I don't want people to be like, I have decided to turn my brain off and not engage with this whatsoever because of this one word, type of deal. So, what was it? Do you prefer for me to read out the scripts that I wrote for this, or would you want me to disorderly ADHD ramble about it? Both of them have their own form of entertainment value, but one of them will probably be more coherent to like actually listen to be honest. Ramble time. Thank you, Paradox. Ramble. Both. Ramble seems to be winning. Rambling is more of a vibe. Thank you, my neurodivergent populace, for understanding the ramble urge. ADHD ramble. Let's go. Sorry, homie. We had half a vote for the other kind. Half a vote counts. It's okay. I'm gonna break this off actually, so you can. Less coherent does equal more fun. Thank you for having the correct opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you just a tad, and we're gonna rip off the front facade. I did not do that intentionally. I thought that there was gonna be a bit more resistance. Okay, and then bam, and then bam, ugh, and then bam. As you can see, it's pretty red in there. So I guess we can start where this entire era starts, to be honest. Yeah, it did get ratioed. And that would probably be at the collapse. If you're one of the people who found my Instagram way back when, you would probably know about a story that is related to this because Soulfire takes place during the collapse. Thank you, phone. Whatever you just did. Oh yes, it's every politician who has ever existed in my entire like 1,000 kilometer distance emailing me in particular. Thank you. Yes, voting is important and stuff. Anyway, long story short, the Sol system has a big boo-boo, and that big boo-boo makes the entire solar, all of it, just kind of overnight. And so homies are like, hey, given that we used to live inside of, a world with mega corporations and exploitation and like everything that like what was his name? Carl Markman? Mark Carly Ray Jemison was talking about. We should probably make a society that's like not like that. That's like a little bit better. An ascendancy, if you will. And so once they figured out all of the like internal politics of doing that, they started sending out colony ships, and they started, you know, doing the thing that colony ships implies, colonizing all of the habitable bits of their local area. Their scientists figured out that like some planets were like actually already amenable to like life being there, which, you know, if you know anything about like exoplanet science, it's a little wonky. That's a little quirky. That's a little quirky of a thing to exist in the lore. Ooh. And so homies set down on this planet named Kairoles. And Kairoles here is named after the color blue in A language, and is settled by this thing, the SAA Caeruleus, in order to make the colony of Kairoles. And so a whole bunch of Scots who were especially hit bad by the collapse are like, well, I don't much trust this overarching government stuff, so I'm going to make a bit of my own settlement. And so they do just that. They do just that. They find this. They find this canyon, and they name the region of canyons. It's like the Grand Canyon, except a lot steeper and deeper. And they find this area of canyons called the Mastanga Asaha. I think I pronounced that correctly. It just means like canyon river or something in Arabic. And so I'm pretty sure I butchered the fuck out of that for the record. And so they settle down over there, and after getting their, you know, little settlement all done for a while, they I really went all in for this. Once they were set up there, they started supplying a whole bunch of like mining stuff to the areas of the colony that were more like alloy focused, and eventually they came across this area that kept just like swallowing miners, like miners as in like people who break rocks, swallowing miners, just like you'd go there, you wouldn't come back from there type of stuff. And so they take these people called life skimmers, who are more or less just like planetary surveyors, and they're like, okay, we'll figure out what's going on here, you know, just to help you guys figure out that, you know, it's nothing. It's probably just like a dangerous area. You should probably just like watch out and like give your homies better equipment. And they find this ginormous, like eroded, overgrown, corroded alien base. And around the same like time period, a group of aliens contacts greater, mostly humanity. It's not only humanity, to be honest, but like it's so much humanity that like it's basically just them. Contacts like the solar species, more or less, and they're like, hey, one of your colonies is on one of our things. And so they're like, leave or die about it. And the humans are like, okay, we'll die about it. Kill us, see what happens. And they fight a little war, and homies figure out that, oh gosh, oh goodness, these aren't just like random interloper, you know, aliens. These are people who are on a relatively similar like scale to our capabilities. which is something that they haven't really had happen in like 100,000 years. And so this communion of the galaxy is like, okay, you know, I guess we can let you in. There is the added benefit of, according to some people's interpretations, humanity fitting the bill for a prophesized, reawakening of one of their founder species, and therefore they're kind of like space Jesus in a way, just like the entire species and civilization. And so with that, the area that this little colony has set up on becomes like one of the places, because one of the communion races, one that is dedicated to the preservation and continued existence of sentient life, figures out that one of their archives of like several thousand species was that alien base. And so they are like, bro, we are going to be your best friends. We love you, homie. We love you. Thank you for finding this. This is like the shit. TM trademark, copyright, symbol, rights reserved. And so they set up shop on the city, which has since been named Haleka, which is pretty similar in nomenclature to Mustanga Sacha, but I mean, in Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic, I think. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I'm sure if you translate it, you'll be able to figure out. But yeah, they set up shop there, and they start just like taking all the species that were in the archive and turning them into living ones, like this guy over here. And so the area is a place where humans, like this robot human right here, and aliens like this alien can all coexist. Here's the thing. 100% of everything that I just told you, all of that, 100% of it, all of it, literally all of it, like not a single sentence of the thing that I spent the last like however long talking about, escapes this one justification. The only reason why all of that lore exists is so I could use my Star Wars figures and my regular city figures in the same city. Anyway, continuing on with the story. I think we can go into the thing that the city grew to be known for. As you could probably tell from it being the place where, like, the vast majority. Oh, thank you. Goodbye, evil noodle soup. As you could probably tell from the fact that, a couple thousand alien species all come from the same planet now, humans have a lot of bargaining power, like politically now. Not even to mention the whole religion thing for some of the species that care about that. So they start getting a lot of bustling trade, and with a whole bunch of alien species that are just like DNA inside of a bottle, they don't exactly have a culture. It's not like they were preserving their civilizations, especially because a lot of them were pre-sapient, just like they don't have the brains to, or the biology to have done things, like dolphins or whatever. So it's just homies, they're just hanging out. And so that breeds an area where homies kind of make their own, like on the fly, where this city is like the mecca of several hundred species, like, first dabbles into culture. So it has a lot of vibrant buildings. It has so many like alcoves of the arts. It has an applied sciences institute. It has art schools. It's like graffiti scene is really like intense and beloved. It has a lot of like wacky architecture and paint jobs and stuff like that, and a ton of museums, museums dedicated to the species that were a part of the archive, museums that are dedicated to the humanity that saved them, to the Galactic Communion, which is helping save them. Blah 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 blah. And so that's where a lot of the like build ideas come from. What are the things that like culturally define this area? So I'm not sure if Peridot is still here. If Peridot, you've seen the new like Lego Friends sets, but there's like an art school and a space academy and a theater and stuff like that. And so all of those have like lore counterparts in the lore, and are hubs of the culture that the place tries to foster. This is compounded by the fact that there is a capitalist species among the Galactic Community. The Galactic Communion is basically set up like this. There's 8 races that are the members. They're called member races, or the octet, and they are the 8 founding member species civilizations of yes amongst of the Galactic Communion. One second, let me show you the floor plan. Oh gosh, can you even see this? Will you ever be able to see this? Ugh. As you can see, there's some chairs, tables, a little oven where you oven the cold food and eat out out the hot food. I could say it. I know it. I'm a Garfield memer. I know. I know the thing. I know the meme. I'm with the kids. I understand. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So on top of all of that, like little culture bit, there's also the fact that they need a lot of education, because the Ascendancy as a whole, but especially planets like Kerulus and cities like Kaleka, are free havens, because there's a capitalist species inside of the Galactic Communion, and well, they don't really have the same hang-ups around slavery as we do, which for a very leftist leaning civilization is not the best thing in the humans' eyes, to say the very least. And so humans try to dry up a lot of their holdings by buying as many of the slaves as they possibly can, in order to just like get them out of there without starting a war with a galactic power. There are a lot of hangups around that. Mostly the buying them in the first place thing. It's kind of uncomfortable for a lot of people, regardless of the motives, that their abolitionist state is technically funding it low key. However, they are taking as many people as they can, trying to dry up those sources as much as they can in order to get entire locations or entire like families out of the clutches of these homies. And what they'll do is they take they in this instance, they in this instance means the humans, the Ascendancy. They'll buy up the aliens who have been enslaved, and then they'll obviously free them, and then they'll induct them into their society as just like free people. And it's mandatory. You are not allowed, obviously, to like have involuntary servants of any kind. Full workers ownership of means of production and whatnot. So I mean, like bosses are too conservative for the civilization, let alone fucking slaves. Jesus Christ. So they, you know, don't exactly. Are you the guy that made the video on Memeology 101? No. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be completely frank. I feel like Memeology 101 is a YouTube series? Question mark. 1 second. I'm trying to get one of these comments. Jesus. They set a boundary for controlling cruelty to a point where offer isn't left. Oh yes, they do. They do also set like, you know, penalties for homies. What's it called? I do not make troll right-wing videos. No. Thank you for liking my hat. It's a hat I got for my job. So basically what they'll do is they'll like free and educate the homies, and by virtue of doing that, they kind of induct them into the creedus of the solar ascendancy that people should, you know, have rights and stuff like that. Again, by virtue of other homies not, you know, having really culture. I did have a very popular video series that I deleted. I used to be Wrath of the Island Bard, my good homie. Yes. So yeah, where was I? Oh God! Somebody give me a spark note of where I was while I explained to the person who recently joined the stream who I am. I used to be Wrath of the Island Bard, the TikTok channel. However, got depressed in fall of last year, going up to around January, February of this one, and a lot of the stuff that was making me all depresso was kind of mirrored by stuff that was going on in the whole like community and whatnot. I'm not a YouTube commenter. I'm a compilation channel. Like Red in Space or Insectoid if they still do that. And Vendetta. Vendetta is really cool, and I wish that she would get more recognition because her channel's really nice. There are a couple ones that were in like my genre, but I haven't really talked to them in like forever. TikTok compilations, yeah. Insectoid does still do that? Swag. I haven't talked to them since I closed down my Discord. They were really nice. Them and Red were very nice after that was going on. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So with the re-emancipated, you know, slaves from the alien capitalist empire being like a pretty large portion of the population of the city, colony, etc. A lot of the like officials for Haleka, for the city, are, well, former slaves, and obviously they're not too kind to, you know, their enslavers. Hot take: slavery bad, and former slaves don't like them. I know it's really out there. It's a really out there plot point. You know, oh God, I feel like I'm one of the most novel people on Earth for discovering that. Jokes aside, what this really means is that they have a very, very, very staunchly like workers' rights type of culture here, and you talking about Star Wars? No, this is original lore. This is where all of this build is set. The origin of this is I wanted to have lore for my little city because this Minecraft series called like City of Andea made lore for its Minecraft city, and I was like, that's a cool idea. I'm a screenwriter. And so I was like, okay, I'll just make lore for it. And this entire ramble is lore that I made for my my Lego city. Oh my gosh, too hot to be gender solid. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope that you haven't been on the stream and I just like not noticed you, because that would have been sad. Anyway, so a lot of the senators, a lot of the parliamentarians. Was Minecraft lore political at all? I mean, like, depends on your definition of politics. Not really. Yeah. I mean, Minecraft lore is pretty bare bones. I guess you could. I mean, if the post-genderist stuff was like intentional, it could be. I'll give a tentative on that one, JP. I don't know. I guess some like not lore things about Minecraft are pretty political. Like I know that they don't do things that is like environmentally harmful. Like they won't let you, or they'll either not let you, or they'll have adverse effects to like feeding animals stuff that they don't like. Oh, what would I like to be called? Just the current channel name, I guess. Or any nickname derived for it. I don't know. I've since kind of not liked being called my name, especially because everyone and their left mom was using that to be really mean when I was depresso. And like finding my other accounts and stuff through it. So if you do know my name, please don't. But I mean, anything derived from the current channel name is fine, I suppose. Ooh. I am a screenwriter. I screenwrite, I guess you could say professionally, given that I've finished a script now, but that's what I'm in school for. I've written like 3 feature screenplays, a ungodly amount of not feature screenplays, 2 entire series of fan works. What do I write her about? Mostly sci-fi. It very. No, I think you should have left it as what do you write her about, because that's very gender. But I usually write sci-fi. Usually try to write a mix of like, hi, this is a political thing, but like also this is about a character who probably has like a trauma that they need to personally sort out. It's usually I like to write like people with like savior complexes. If you read like anything that I've written, you'll probably realize that like there is one source for like all of my MCs, regardless of like when I wrote them, which is kind of weird because I did not have that trauma beforehand. How do I write exposition? Through characters. Because 1, if it's wrong, then you have an out, and 2, it sounds more like dialogue than like preaching at a person. So plus I like getting it wrong on purpose because it makes the world feel a little lived in. Like I don't know what George Washington was personally thinking. Does anyone? So if someone is going to be talking about, how George Washington was thinking one time, if a person says it and they're wrong, it has more like it fits into like the concept of it being a world more than just like saying it. And it's showing. not only telling you the information, but it's telling you how people interpret and like deal with it, and depending on who, how, under what circumstances or whatever they're talking about it, it also tells you about the character or other details about this world. Like, is this something that a rich person is telling a poor person? Is this something that someone in the know is telling someone out of the know? Is it something that two people in the know are talking about to one another? Stuff like that can really take like really, really boring world building and turn it into something cool. Like that little slavery business that I was talking about earlier inside of the script that I have based on the lore that I made for my Lego city, is explained in like 30 seconds through a ship coming down and somebody being like, oh man, they're gonna love that we just paid their bills. And then someone else is like, I think they're gonna love that they were just freed, homie. So yeah. Bye Frostwolf, and bye Ginger Solid. Gosh, what time is it? My phone. I can't see my phone. Time. But yeah, okay. It's time. It's time. Now that we have fully dismantled this area, we can now start putting on the big guns, the big show, the baller zone. Okay. Let's see. Intercesting. Oh, Frostwolf isn't leaving. Frostwolf is saying bye. That would sense. That would sense. That does sense. Very sense. Okay. Anyway. Do you have any more writer questions? That's actually something I could definitely gush about. Because we got to the end of the writing that I've actually written out lore for, so anything else would be tantamount to change. Any of my scripts available as PDFs? I am probably gonna turn, what's it called? Eve Rogers Captain America into an audio drama and release that here in the coming weeks. So you'll be able to experience that, and I'm just going to be script reading it, because that is a lot easier to do than like throwing in sound effects and stuff like that. So you'll be able to get like all of it, I guess. And are themes available for download? I mean, if you asked, sure. Frosty, I will take you up on calling you Frosty. That's awesome. What was it? No, you definitely said something else. Oh God, I feel so bad now. Crap. Oh, can you copy and paste your own comment? What was it? Oh, I have the memory of a goldfish. I feel so bad. I definitely intended to answer both of your questions. Both of your most recent questions. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That's on me. My memory is terrible. Okay, so if you can't tell what I'm doing right now, I'm throwing in these panels into the side. This is just going to make it so it looks like that on the side. However, I don't have the pieces up for that, so 1 second. Oh, do I handle plot points subtly? That depends. If you are going to read the script that I just read to edit, the answer is no. And that is a bad thing. You shouldn't do what I did inside of that script. I said the theme like 18 times in that script. There there are 6 separate instances of characters talking out the conversation that is the theme of that movie, and that is it's absurd how much it happens. It's really not good, and I would never advise doing it to that degree, at least. But sometimes, if you're too subtle, it'll become blink and you miss it storytelling. I recently watched Tenet, and I like Tenet. I really do. However, there are some points where if you're left to go to the bathroom, the movie might as well just like be incomprehensible for the rest of your experience. It's like never reinforced, and therefore, if you're planning on writing, especially on something a lot more long form like a novel or whatever, that looks really bad. If you want to see how really terrible that looked, ooh, look at that color differential. Ooh. If you want to write something that is, whatchamacallit, ooh, like a bit more long form, like a novel, you'll probably want to hint something subtly before you talk about it normally. Talk about it normally. Let it simmer and then happen. And then reinforce it. So let's take something like the Force in Star Wars. At the beginning, people talk about like having feelings about something. Obi-Wan mentions having, some mystical connection. People say, "May the Force be with you." And then we see a Force power. We see Obi-Wan like disappear. People continue to talk about the Force. People talk about like mystical energies, pervading the world, blah, 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 until the climax, in which case our main character, Luke Skywalker, I did say that intentionally, uses the Force to win the day. And so that's the ability to have something exist. 1 second. Oh yeah, and Vader choking the guy. That's also a really good example. Where it's like you bring it up, you show a small instance of it, you bring it up again, you show a bigger instance of it, you bring it up again, you show the penultimate version of it. That's basically how I would do like plot points or like world building bits like that. And you don't need to do that like the Force in Star Wars, where it's like, oh, this is like the thing for this universe. Even mundane things kind of work in that realm, where it's like, if I were trying to world build modern America to somebody, I would maybe have somebody mention like guns in passing, and then maybe have like a gun control debate, and if it were relevant to the story, maybe throw in like a shooting or something. And that's how I would bring up like just gun culture being intense here, just as a plot point. And you don't need to make it like the focal point, but that's like a way that you could bring something like that into a story. Yeah, I mean, like if you have more writer questions, I'd love to talk about those. That's my bread and butter. Let me see if there were any while I was building. Also, I mean, like, not everything needs to be like intense about it. Like, not all things are important. So sometimes it's okay to just tell. Sometimes if it like doesn't really matter that much, just say, and then blank happened. Or imply, or other stuff like that, where if it's not tantamount to story, it doesn't really need to take up much space, you know? A good example of this is like the Falcon being from Corellia. If you look at other Corellian designs, it'll look pretty similar. If you want to learn about Corellia, it's pretty helpful knowledge that the ship is Corellian. But I mean, if you want to get across the ship is Corellian in like the thing, and it's just like a throwaway detail, it's like, oh, this is a ship from Corellia. It's just world spicing. Just saying it's a thing from Corellia. You don't need to talk about like, oh, I knew through the circle inlets or something. Yes, I am talking about Star Wars here, just as an example. You don't need to say that, oh, yes, through its signature gray plating, I am able to tell that it's a Corellian design. So it's just like, it's not that deep. You don't need to do that whole rigmarole with everything. So yeah. I don't really know. I'm running out of little points here. So, I mean, if you have anything else you want me to talk about, feel free to request. Oh boy, I'm running out of dark orange. Oh, you're back, at least for a sec. How do you think a TV show intro should start? With a story. I'm a real big proponent of the first bits of things being able to be their own story. If like the first 10 minutes didn't already have like a thing that could have sucked me in on its own right and given me an enjoyable experience on its own right, then I don't really have much faith in the rest of the thing. I've had a friend that said that that's why he really couldn't get into Arcane, so I know that I'm not the only person in that regards. I liked Arcane. I really loved Arcane, but I guess I could see how they would have that complaint about it. Just as long as you have like a thing. Ooh, oh, gay Marvel rep. I'll say that after. Basically, for starting off a series, you want to get character really, really down. You want to make sure that you could probably tell a good few things about any particular character from like their first instance, their first interaction, and hello, father, and really get things down at that point, because that's the hook for that's like the conceit for everything after that. Game Marvel rep. In 1 sec, I need to get my pieces. Whew. Okay. Where's it? Okay. Boop. Boop. Pieces. Okay. I came back. What'd you say? Oh my god, why'd you talk when I was gone? Sylvie from Loki is trans. I do not care if the writers did the thing that would make her cis for some reason. I'm going to pretend that that is a character saying something that is stupid in universe and dumb. And so I can headcanon whatever I want. Yeah. My headcanon is more important than canon when it comes to Marvel, because Marvel canon is worse than my canon. I stand by this. The MCU is worse than my version of the MCU. I'll die on this hill. Anyway, I think for gay homies in Marvel, we have this thing that I like to call Disney syndrome, where it's like, hi, you exist, and that's all that you do. She wrote an entire novel for funsies. Yeah. Because like this is a thing that's in a lot of their like rewrite reboots, the live action ones. It's in Star Wars. It's just how they operate. Really, Disney, because Disney wants to mass release it in homophobic places, and despite the fact that, you know, ooh, hello.
I had Daddy would do chicken tacos from Roberta.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. But Courtney. But because of you know, that little intersection right there, they tend to have things be removable core, if that makes sense. They have it so you can edit out the representation, which means that it's mostly mentions. It's mostly, oh, I miss my boyfriend off screen, or hello, person who could conceivably be my friend. I call you my girlfriend in one singular scene and kiss you for a couple seconds on a cuttable scene. You know, that type of deal, where it's like, I mean, sure, they're there, I guess, but they can be written out incredibly easily. So yeah, I do know that America is canonically lesbian. Would I know that from? And I feel like that's like the big thing with it, where it's like, it's so background that like the mundanity isn't earned, you know? It's not that, you know, gay people are a lived-in aspect of this world. It's that like gay people aren't a part of the world. They're just like a detail about like the lore. It's like a wiki entry, not like, you know, a writing bit. And then the worst part is people are like, yay, every time, myself included. When I see the little gay pin on America Chavez's little thing, I go, oh my God. And that's my toxic trait. My toxic trait is that I fall for representation trying to sell me things. I know it. It's okay. I can stop at any time, says the addict. America... You don't know who America Chavez is? Are we about to be your America Chavez taker? That sounds terrible. Remind me to never say that again. America Chavez is a character from Marvel Comics and also Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And she has the ability to dimension hop. So, you know, she can go between the multiverses. Or not the multiverses, within the multiverse. She can go across the multiverse. Kind of like the spider people inside of Spider-Verse 2. Which low-key might be why they delayed that a little bit, to be honest. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I have sadly built this upside down. So, I mean, it's going to be really hard to show you this. But, okay. 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes. Swag, I can still put it there. I really hope that you didn't say anything in the past, like, couple seconds, because I was definitely looking down. Ah, no! Oh, live chat, please. I don't think that everything Marvel puts out is generic and... Oh, no! Oh, I apologize. Generic and mediocre. I actually really liked the premiere of Miss Marvel, which is something I did not expect because they did not do her character the best. Just like meta wise. Like on a meta level, they kind of dropped the ball there. Cause that's not her power set. That's not her power set. She has different powers than that. You know? Hey guys, I'm not sure if you know this, but her powers are a little important to, you know, her arc. So, yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But I mean, the actual show is like, it has some of the best visuals that I've seen in like a whimsical comedy movie or comedy show since like Heartstopper. It's like very Heartstopper core. Except not gay and not a romance and not British. But I mean like the vibes. Marvel Comics, on the other hand, they're pretty vibing. Is there any way that I would react to a YouTube video on stream? Not this one. I would need to first learn how to do that because I don't. How do you do that? Yeah. Oh boy, that would be the kicker. The fact that I have no clue how. But I'd be open to it eventually once I figure out what that entails. You know, ain't nothing wrong with reacting to cool stuff. Oh my god. Wait, can I pull a genius mathematical move on this? No. No, I can't. I cannot pull a genius mathematical move. I'm not a genius of math, apparently. Here's my diner. There you go. Do. Where were you saying? Oh boy. Live chat, please. Do. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna need to rebuild this differently. Beep bop boop bop. Boop bop boop beep boop. Boop bop boop beep boop. Boop bop boop beep boop. You like the evolution of Shim Shack? Oh, I'm so glad that you call it Shimp. I think it's so funny. You either follow my Instagram or you have good taste. That's the vibing pronunciation of Shim. I'm probably gonna need to head down and get my tacos. That sounds like it tastes really good. And I would like to eat them, maybe. It's very funny. It's good taste. Like I said, good taste. Good soup, if you will. Do you like soup? Are you a soupist? A soupist. I'm sorry, that was really funny. That's stupid. I have a PFP that if you see me, a rat PFP if you see me liking. Oh. It's not a matter of me having a smart TV or smart computer. It is a matter of I have no idea how to make the audio or whatever set up here. Because I am dumb. I have clinical stupid. Fun fact. This is known. If you're a true fan of either Enigmatic Prison Brigade or What was it? Wrath of the Island Bard. Not me forgetting my own channel name. You would know that I do have what they call in the industry clinical stupid. It is terminal, by the way. You will die if you have it. It's uncurable. Yeah, it's just an all around bad moment. Let me see. How will that work? Okay. Sorry. Oh gob. Do you think milkshake fits the definition of soup? Why would you say that to me? Why would you say that to me? That was hurtful. That hurts for some reason. I don't like that. I don't like that, not one bit. Does Gravity Falls has gay rep? I don't know that. Where? Who? Whom? Whom gay? Whom gay? Who is the gay? Milkshake, I think, what's the definition of soup? I forget. Because it's not food in a liquid, I don't think so, no. Right? I would think so. I would think that would be the distinguishing factor, no? I think it's just a viscous drink. Like a really viscous drink. Shim Shop. Okay. Okay. I think tomato soup is a beverage. Hot take. Tomato soup is just a straight up beverage. I know this is cancelable, but you should the prime way to consume tomato soup is to eat it, to drink it raw. To drink it raw like a beverage. The beverage that it is. You may think that this is radical. However, the only type of radical it is freaking cool. So, die mad. Obviously. Oh, this diner's looking. It's looking. No ew. Blasphemy, obviously. How dare you? It's so definitely one of those. I'm joshing you, but like imagine if I was serious. Could you imagine me being serious? Me being serious, it's less likely than you think. Ooh. R nor. Oh, here it is. There we go. Have you guys seen Tenet? I just recently watched that. My dad recommended it to me. It was really cool. What do y'all think, guys? So far. I think it looks pretty shway. But given that I have tacos waiting downstairs, I think I'm going to call it here and eat dinner and sustain my body. It was nice coming back to streaming. I'll probably continue doing this if I have more builds, at least until I get the Lego version of this channel going up. So thank you for accompanying me. And thank you for sticking around all this time. So yeah, later guys.